Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the tutorials. And at this point, I would like to start to teach you how to create a beat from scratch to the end. First, if you launch your FL Studio 10, in this case, I'm using FL Studio 10. Don't bother whether you're using 20 or anyone. They are all having the same features. So the first, you open the file. Click on the file, go to new, and then go to save as, choose a location, save your document. In this case, I'll type practice. Practice. So if you save it, you click save here, and there you go, you have everything. So subsequently, you keep pressing Control plus S. While you do your work, you press Control plus S. Of course, you should know that. Now, the next thing is, I've already taught you in the first and the second video most of these things, so you're familiar with them. So I'm going to create a beat from scratch. First, you see here is kick, but this very kick is not good for me. I will go to the browser. The browser. You see, this is the browser, right? The browser section. I'll choose a kit that suits my ear, what I want to hear. So I'll choose a kick. So let me choose this kick now and replace it with this very kick. You just click it and drag it, you see? Click and drag. Now I'm going to look for a hat, a simple hat. So this is a shaker that looks like a hat, but I'm going to use the shaker to replace the hat. You see? And then I'm going to look for a snare, this snare 10 here. I replace the snare. Now all this is under the real drum kit, so I can close it, enter another one, choose what I want, close it just by clicking and dragging. You place it there. Inside Legacy, you see there are tons of instruments within here that you can click and drag. So once this is done, you are set to use your instrument. So I'm going to use these major ones to create my drum beat, the drum beat, before I now add any melody. All right, so after saving everything, the next thing you should do is, after setting your instruments, you've selected them, is the first thing to do is to determine what kind of beat you want to play. So what I want to do, or the beat, the kind of rhythm I want to get is something like a Makossa beat. For those who are familiar with beats, or you're a drummer, you should know this. Something like this. Okay? So that's what I want to do. So now, first, the kick will now be giving me my tup. So you can on the metronome first, and then press the start bar, the space bar, to hear the speed. So this is how it will sound, for example. So it's too fast for me. I'm going to reduce it down to 120 or to 115. So that's okay. Now, I'm hearing that I can put it off. So I can arrange, you can see this, they are arranged in the group of 4s with different colors, you see? So you should be able to know. So I will pick the first one of each group of 4. The first ones. So that will give me my kick. So after getting the kick, the next thing is to add the shaker or the snare, the hat. So the next thing, in the place of hat, you can see it's shakers, but it sounds the same thing anyway. So let's say I want to be skipping 1 1 here. I just put 1 and then I skip 1. Okay? Put 1, skip 1. Skip 1, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. So how do you place it there? You just left click on it, it will appear. If I want to delete it, I don't want this, I just right click on it, it will go. So, but I bring it back with the left click. Left click will bring it back. Right click will delete it. So you need to know this so that you find a way of navigating around this. Then the next, you remember I said I needed to cut, so I will time now. Okay, maybe I'll start with the first kick. You see, it doesn't work. You can even be listening. Okay, now I've gotten this now. It doesn't go. You see, I'm getting it gradually. It doesn't go. You see that? You see that? You see that? Sorry, I'm actually in the school. The volume is not too loud. So at the end of this, you have a simple beat. Is that okay? So what do you do after this simple beat? Now you can hear it now. You have everything is complete. Now I'm going to mute them and play them one after the other. I'll stop it and mute them to play them one after the other so that you know how each one came in. Because it's a bit louder now. So let me mute it. I just muted it to show you how it worked. Now I will mute all of them. You see how to mute them? This green light here, I mute all. Now let me start with the kick. The kick is playing. You see? Tup, 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 tup. That's the kick playing. That's the kick playing. Then the next one is, you see, the heart. Okay? Then the next one is what? Snare. So let's say you're satisfied with this. Okay? Remember, this is just for learning sake. You should be able to do better than this if you grow eventually. So the next thing to do is to copy it and paste it on the playlist. So how do you copy and paste in the playlist? Before I proceed, don't forget this is the to play and to pause, the same key, the space bar, play and to pause. So I want to take this to this place. How do you get this? When you open some windows, you may not see this. So I showed you the other day, if you recall, you see anything you click here, this is the playlist, right? So I can make it disappear. I can click it back. So this is the position. This is where to tune it in to bring it out here. So this is the playlist. We want to get this here. So, but before then, we have to type, you click on this plus button here on the step sequencer or the channel rack. Then we type a name, let's say drums, right? Drum beat. Here is strictly drums. After doing that, you can actually add color to it. You can just, there are some settings you can do. But after that, you click enter on the keyboard. So the next thing is you go back and click the pattern. You click the pattern. All right, so let me take that again. You go here, you rename it, like I said, you rename it, you give it a name. I rename it. Sorry. Like I said, you rename it here. You name it what? Drum beat, because it's already there. Drum beat. Is that okay? You click it. You can actually change the color or put anything you wish. So it's there. Now these ones, we want to copy everything that is here, which is this beat now you're hearing. We want to copy it to the playlist in order to arrange it and add on some other instruments. So what do? You see this green light here? Double click on it. Double click on it. Don't double click, just click once on it. The others, the light will turn on, you see? The light will turn on. The next thing is After doing this, you go to edit, click edit, go to copy, and then come back here and just click. It will appear here. If it doesn't, you click again, it will appear. So after getting it, if you play, it's going to be repeating. It's looped. All right, so sorry guys, a lot of distraction. I told you I'm in school actually. So the next thing to do, having brought it here to the playlist, this is where the working space where you arrange and cook the things. So now we already have this beat going on and it's looping. Like I said, it's looping. So if you want it to be to repeat, to the length or the length to increase, what you do is to simply press Control B. Select, first of all, select this. Is selected, but let me show you how to select it. You see, I unselected it or I deselected it. So how do I select it? You pick the selecting tool. This is the selecting tool. Select it and then return the selecting tool. Then press Control B on the keyboard. Control B. You keep on getting, look what is happening. It will duplicate that loop to the length you desire or the length you want. Now, after having it to your desire, maybe you want to add a piano. How do you add piano? This, don't forget, this here is drum beat, these things. So you want to have another machine like this for another instrument separate. So you click the plus button and then type the name. Let's say piano. Okay? Piano 1. You can give it any name. It depends. It's your choice. Okay? You can change, like I said the other time, give it a color and then click it. So that's it. So this is the name. So you see, the other one has disappeared. This one is beat. You see them here. This one is piano. Now on piano, you don't arrange the piano like this. You can actually, and you have to also off this light, and then you choose the desired sound you want. Or you can duplicate this, for instance, because you can't use the one that is used here. You can't use any of the channel rack that is used. Is that okay? You can't use it. So the only thing you can do is to right click on it and clone. Okay? You clone, you get a new one here. So this one is different because if you play something now, you see this one is responding. It means that there's something here, there's something here, there's something here. This is free. This is free. Okay? So you have we cloned one, but the sound is what? Is snare. So we want to get a different sound here, a different sound like piano. So you right click. If you have other plugins, you can go to them, but now we right click on it to go to replace. How do we replace? The FL have inbuilt voices. So we're going to explore into one. Let's click on more. And when we go to more, we look for Citrus. Citrus is here. Double click on Citrus. That's what you will have. You still have to click back here to see the Citrus appear. So if the Citrus appears, you go to this arrow here. Please navigate your pointer to this arrow here. And then after clicking on that, the next thing you do is to go to preset. You see a whole lot of voices. Wow. And then you choose one of the voices that suits your what you want. Even though we put piano, but time may not permit me to look for piano voice. But I'll just look for a particular voice and use the pan flute, of course. You see? So there are two ways to add up something to this. One, you can set your piano so that it will be on key C. You see this? A. So it's already automatically key C, so you can play your chord with this. Or, so you have how many octaves? You have 1, 2, 3, even 4. The numbers at times works. So you use it. You understand? This is the highest one. So it's arranged do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Those of us that are choristers, you know what I'm saying. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So even without MIDI, actually, you can play or set an instrument. Is that okay? So you do it that way. So we want to add the flute to this beat, okay, as a chord. So after doing that, you now go to this button. Click on this button. Come here, select automation and score. Now after clicking, you find out that you are on the flute and you are set to record what you want to record, the flute into that beat. So having set it for record, you now play, and then this is my chord. You can actually practice first. For those of us that want to know how to play the piano on this, there will be a separate class for this, please, as I cannot cover it here. You want to learn how to play the piano here, even without MIDI or your laptop keyboard. You see? So now I'm going to play the chord here now. Let's go. So you see? Did you see that? This was what I recorded. Now, having paused it, you will notice that the same thing I played, you see, it's recorded. It's recorded. The flute is added. The same procedure I did to get this. If you choose another instrument, you can add it. After doing it, then you now come and be adjusting your, what do we call it, the beat and where you want bridge and the rest. So this is flute I added. If I need another thing, I'm not adding it here. I'm going to plus, okay? After pressing the plus, I will type a name, maybe guitar. Okay, that's how you keep doing it. Now guitar, I will not do it here. I will now, what do we call it, clone this. So this is for the guitar, or I play, I will know the one that has something, okay? So I'm not using that, this is it. Then I can change the guitar, the flute to something else. Is that okay? I will just change it to something else. You see? So I want to record this very guitar. The same way I did that, I'll go to this, go to automation. After doing it, it's on automation. If you click this, automatically it starts recording. Then you have to play. You see now? So that was what I just played, and the volume, actually I wasn't hearing myself because I'm not in a studio. So what I played, I have to put up the volume for you to hear. Hear it now. See what I just added? So you adjust it. You can quantize it by either moving it to adjust, or you go inside like this, double click on it. You double click on it to adjust. You double click it to take you here to adjust any note that is not in place. Move it to the right place. You play back and listen and move any note. Remember, this video is just concise because it's a 3 days program. If you want me to have a one-on-one class with you, we can discuss and have arrangement for that. So this is just to ignite your passion for whatever you want to learn, and the beats you wanted to learn, and you can work on it and progress more. So of course, after doing this, you have your beats set, you arrange them, arrange everything. Let's say we've arranged them to the number of minutes we want. I told you Control B will extend whatever you selected to the length you want. After arranging everything to the length we want, and then we want to export it. Let's say this is set. You export, you have set all the volumes. These are the volume knobs. You also send any voice to its channel in the mixer, like I told you, to add an effect to it. Let's add an effect to this. So we have a lot of effects here. Let's say we want to add the delay or the reverb effect. Look at the reverb effect. So it will, You see? So that's the reverb to the guitar that I just added. You can add anything you want to add after doing all those settings, which will be detailed on the mix down class, maybe after this very course. But this is just to introduce you on how to create a beat and how things are done. After doing this, you select all the work you did by pressing Ctrl A, and then you go to File, and then click Export. Let's say you're done with everything here. Click Export File. Choose the format you want, MP3, but in my own case, I'll export on MP3. So I'll export what I just did now. I'll set it to be on desktop, and then the name, it should maintain the name I saved, practice. So we're going, there we go, it's exporting. There are so many things you need to know, of course, but this is just an intro, and the video is meant to be brief and concise for the purpose of this training. So if you have any problem, I'm there. Contact me before I die. Though I'm not dying, actually, I'm joking. So contact me to learn more in-depth personal, whatever, the personal class or one-on-one class. With a little talking, you will get into my uh, Academy of Music Production and Video Production. So you'll be entitled. Towards the end of the video, I'll tell you the criteria and whatever you need. So you get detailed knowledge on whatever you need to do. So after this, let's close the file. Let's close the file. Let's look for practice. It's on the desktop. Let me play it. You hear the same, exactly the same thing the same thing I recorded. No addition, no subtraction. No addition, no subtraction. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys will have enjoyed this video. And if you have any question, or actually it's overwhelming, but you will get it gradually. The one I just did, repeat the same thing. Now, if you have any question, you can drop it. Then we'll trash it out. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful time. See you in the next episode of this training. Thank you. Do have fun, and I hope you will enjoy it. Uh, I will type, I would inform you in the group what to do next. You need the procedure to do to get a licensed FL Studio 10 or 20, and Mobile, how to get the FL Mobile application, and then how to go about it. I will give you the detail. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.